What can you tell me about 440 Squadron?
Yeah.
No, hey, no, you, Harry, and Bill, both of you. You know, what can you tell me about 440 Squadron? Was it a little bit of a unique squadron in any way? You know?
I wouldn't say so. I guess
No?
each of the three squadrons would be about equal in manpower, and the types of men and everything were all the same guys.
Well, generally we should have 26 pilots. We never had more than 21. And in the 6 months I was there, I know that there were 15 pilots killed and there were 3 that went in POW camps. So, I mean, that's an idea of the percentage.
Well, we were down to 19 pilots one time, weren't we?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
19 guys, and we should have had 27.
Oh, shit, eh?
Yeah, right. It was really down low.
What do you remember about John Flintoff? I thought you told me a funny story about when you brought him back.
When he came back to the squadron.
Yeah.
Bill.
And why did he even leave your squadron? What happened?
Well, we are on a dive bombing show and coming back through North Holland, and he got hit and he had a glycol leak. The stream of smoke and out, and his engine was getting too hot, and he said he was going to have to go down. So we picked out a field and landed and called up and said, "I'm down now, and I'm heading out." So I said, "Well, good luck. I can't say any more than that." And never saw him again until we caught up.
About how long later did you see him?
A couple of months ago.
And what happened when you guys met up again? Was he pretty glad to see you?
To be honest with you, John felt very guilty about going down. And he felt that he had let me down. He actually said that when he came back. You know, he wasn't thinking properly, I guess. But that was what bothered him all the time he was out there.
So how did he get back? On foot?
Well, I guess when I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
he did. He
probably
got tied into a Dutch family, and they looked after him and hid him in a shed out the back.
Oh.
And they kept him hidden until the army got there. You know?
Oh.
Yeah, but then he came back to you because that picture in the book is the picture that when he came back to the squadron, right?
Yeah.
When he was just looked like a guy that had been hiding out for months.
Here,
How was his reunion with the boys when he got back?
oh, it was a real piss up.
Yeah, right.
All not only our squadron, but 4th Brigade, 4th and 9, they were joyful. I mean, it's very seldom we ever got a guy back.
Yeah.
Fell off. What's happening? Bill, tell us about the op when Buck Denby was shot down.
We were attacking a supply train in Germany itself, and Buck was dive bombing and firing at the same time. And I think his firing hit a vital spot, and there was a massive explosion. And he also had his tank, his glycol hit, and we were able to get a few miles away from the incident, but he had to go in, and we're not supposed to do it because you're marking a spot for the Germans to see that where a guy is if you're circling around, you know. But anyway, I saw him hit the deck and skittered along in a field, and there was a forest right next to him. He called up and said he was on his way, and I saw him running into the woods.
Wow.
So he got DFC for shooting that one down, and he had twin sons, I think, didn't he?
I forget I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So you never heard from him again?
Yeah. I'll add a couple of words to what Bill has said about when Buck Denby was shot down. He was strafing the train, and the train blew up, and he flew through all the stuff in the air, and I was right beside him. And when he came out the other side, he was streaming that glycol, and he just flew far enough away to get away from where we were doing all the action. He landed in the field, and he got out, and I went right down over the top of his plane, and he was running for the woods, and he stopped and turned around and waved to me. And then he kept on going, and that's the last we saw of him.
Wow.
And then the Germans caught him and shot him on March the 25th. And that was, what day was that? That was in February that he went down, yeah. So he you know, he evaded capture for a long time. Right?
When Buck went down, it was in December.
December?
Before Christmas, yeah.
December? You sure?
December, yeah.
Gee,
Where is he buried? I'd be interested in knowing
well, Rick looked him up. See, the information we had in the book said that he had no known grave.
that. Oh, come on.
And then Rick looked him up, and we found his grave. And he's buried in a cemetery that we never heard of before.
In what country?
No, Buck was gone in December. There's no shit about that.
No, he went down December, eh? Okay. But anyway, Rick found him, and now we know where he is, but I don't know where that is, whether it's in Holland or Germany or where.
Geez.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll, on the next tour we all go on together, we'll have to go see that, eh?
Well, if I come over here for next year's big celebrations.
Hey.
So Dad,
We were in the Ardennes area when he got to 109.
Yeah.
And it was 2 days later that or a day later that he got shot down. And that was December.
So we got to 109 before Christmas because, you know, yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't that long. So that's December, that's January, February, March. 3 months he avoided capture.
When Harry got shot down, what do you guys remember from that?
I was on the ground when it happened. I was in the dispersal. I had done a show prior to this, and Harry, I heard, was not on the ground yet, and they were wondering where he was. I guess I was on the show with you. And
Yeah, you were.
he came back, and his controls were slightly shot out, and he couldn't, at lower speed, he couldn't control the aircraft, so he climbed up, got a safe distance away from any build-up area, and bailed out.
No, I was strafing a tank, that Tiger tank that you saw down there. And just as I went over the tank, I heard the stud in the tail end, and the part of the tail was gone. And the aircraft kept on climbing up, and I climbed it up, and when I got it up, way up, about 7,000 feet, I tried to land it on a cloud, but every time I got it down below 200, it started to act up. So then I decided that better than try to land, I'd bail out of it. So I pulled the lever and blew the hood and the side out of the machine, and then I took a look at the clock, and it was 178 miles an hour, and that's as slow as I could go and still hold it in line.
Wow.
And then I crawled out the side and slid off the wing and opened my parachute too soon because I was still doing 150 miles an hour or whatever it was when I got out of there. And it stripped my gloves right down till I just had them on the ends of my fingers here. It ripped the maps right off, flush with the top of my flying boots. And then I floated down and landed in an army camp.
But I was sitting there waiting and wondering what was happening, and the phone rang, and the guy said that I was wanted on the phone. So I said hello, and he said, "Hello, is that you, short ass?" And I said, "Yeah, is that you, Harry?" "Yeah." I said, "Well, what's the matter with your voice?" He said, "My parachute strap was too tight."
I remember that, Bill. Right. Yeah, yeah right.
Yeah, like he gets all this.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the Western representative of the Western Typhoon Group, Ken has given me permission to speak first tonight. How about that? Us Westerners, when we were back here east in the Manning Pool, we had a call. Anybody here from the West?
Well, women are women. And men are.
They won't dare give me the standard answer because their wives are here. Anyway, first a word to the Typhoon pilots. I haven't seen you fellas since the Typhoon fighter pilots reunion in Ottawa. And it's always great to spend 7 days this time with you. Whenever you come to Vancouver, make sure you phone me. Not like Ken and where's that other guy? John. They phoned me on the way out of town. I want you to phone me on the way into town, so I can organize a Typhooners luncheon for you while you're in Vancouver. Word to you four guys. It's been great to meet Bill's sons. It's good to get to know you all. Right. And especially you being a photographer, you've been a great help to Rick. And if it hadn't been for your film, without our bags, he'd have been stuck. A word to you types over there.
Alfred.
Right.
That's all right.
Marilyn, you are one hell of an organizer. You've kept us on track. We've seen a lot, we've been a lot of places, and we've been on track all the way. So, a word to the four of you. I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I say that we hope that all your trips in the future will be as pleasant and as safe as you have made the last 7 days for all of us.
Here, here.
What do you say?
I've been fingered to say a word.
Uh-oh.
I won't blame anybody in particular, but I don't want you to think that I'm getting up here to talk just for the sake of talking. You know, I'm usually speechless. But I want you to know that, Bill, you said you were going to get up and say one word. You know how to count.
Sit down and give me a chance.
But I'll say something else. Bill, hey, would you, I got the floor, sit down. Bill, I'm just going to say something nice about you.
Your turn, Bill.
Hey, listen, would you please sit down? I got the floor. You know the
You get a
Robert's
next,
Rules
Bill.
of Order?
You get a four next.
You know Robert's Rules of Order? What was that?
It was empty, no
Oh,
problem.
it was empty, yes, I don't like. Bill Clifford, I regard you as a pretty good guy. In fact, I regard you as a good friend. I wish you brought your 4 daughters instead of 4 sons.
Are you finished?
No, we finished.
No, don't start anymore.
You said your 2 years. You said your 2 words.
Anyway, I'd like to congratulate Bill on driving us around. He's the only driver that drove us, or myself, and it was quite a thrilling experience. And I've got to say that I actually can see the whites of the eyes of the people going by.
My involvement in this trip is threefold. One, I wanted to be here with and for my dad, and I feel like I've satisfied that end. It's been great. Secondly, as a lot of you know, we have a big family. There's 10 kids in our family, and we're very close. And spending this time with my brothers has been incredible. I don't get to see them enough. And lastly, I'm an elementary school teacher, and I want to tell the veterans very confidently that if there's one thing I do well, is I prepare my students for Remembrance Day, and I prepare them for a long time. And I have a much better appreciation after this trip for everything that's happened.